Sayak, hello.
Yes, ma'am, we are live.
Yeah, so you have started?
Yes, we are live now.
Okay, fine. So, Anand sir, shall we start?
Yes, madam.
Yeah, so we can proceed. And Sayak, please start recording also.
Good morning. So today's Swayam session aims at knowing the various aspects of commercialization of patenting. So all of us are aware that there are different types of intellectual property rights which we may secure in our research and development setup to bring about new products or new processes for the technologies that have been continuously addressing some or the other kind of problem. So basically, whatever patents we file, these patents are filed for new products or processes. And by way of patenting, we try to exclude our competitors from the market share. So we get a bigger market share, we get a exclusivity for a certain period of time into a particular geographical territory. So that is the idea behind patenting. So once we file a patent, we prosecute it and aim to get it granted in due course of time. Only on grant, these rights are enforceable. So commercialization. So what do we understand or what it indicates when we say commercialization of patenting? So whatever patent rights we have acquired from the patent office in a respective geographical territory, they have to be enforced for the benefit of the organization as well as by way of providing products and processes to mankind. So this commercialization is a dynamic process that transforms innovative ideas and inventions into tangible products or services or revenue streams. So basically, we have an idea while working our laboratory setup and we secure a patent. But however, we have to transform this into something tangible in the form of a product or a process. And this entire process, okay, is a very long process. You can say sometimes mostly it will involve some complex nature, complex events even. So this transformation that is called as commercialization. Actually, it is a crucial bridge between inventors' creativity and their ideas, okay, that have a real world impact. And this commercialization is a multifaceted journey. It is not a single step. It is influenced by various factors, and therefore it is multifaceted. So it may involve licensing patented technologies to other companies, or it may involve developing proprietary products. At the same time, it may involve actively participating in industry standards. So various facets have to be touched upon. While commercializing or patented invention, what we do, we not only safeguard the intellectual property, but also enable our inventors as well as the businesses to leverage their creations for economic growth, technological advancement, and competitive advantage. So here, once we protect our ideas by way of patenting, so we acquire exclusivity. So we exclude all our competitors from practicing our art for a commercial gain. But however, we have to see that while commercialization, we have to utilize this technology for the betterment of mankind and earn revenues that will benefit our organization setup as well. So now the process, as I've said, it is a long process. It may involve various stages. It is a multifaceted journey. So it encompasses what? It encompasses various strategies. The commercialization aspect, commercialization process will involve various strategies. So which are those? One of them is product development because we are aiming at certain product or process. Second is the licensing. We will try to license this technology to some company or make a some startup or a spin-off. Okay, third is technology transfer. Now, when we're approaching some commercialized company, okay, some bigger organization, or maybe we want to start some startup by way of inviting capital providers. So we have to transfer technology. So third point is technology transfer. Okay, or we can have a partnership. So the strategies that will be involved are product development, licensing part, and technology transfer. These all strategies, they are aimed at leveraging patents to create economic value. So we have to derive economic value out of the patent that we file and that we get granted. So hence there are certain key elements of commercialization we have to look at. So what are these key elements? There are 3 to 4 elements. First is the patented inventions, what we have patented. Second is transformation. Third is marketability. And next is revenue generation. So patented inventions, number one, commercialization involves around inventions or intellectual property that have been granted patent protection. So as I have said, we have to ensure that our patents are granted by following the prosecution pathway. So once these patents are granted, the inventors, okay, or the R&D scientists, they obtain exclusive rights to their creations. These rights allow them to control how these inventions are used, because exclusive rights means we exclude all other commercial parties to practice our invention for commercialization. So if they want to practice it, they have to approach us for a license. That is the patented invention part. Second is transformation. So this transformation is a very big journey. It is a challenging task. How do we transform our ideas into proper product? So commercialization ultimately involve the patented concepts and turning them into something practical as well as marketable. So this transformation will include development of products. It may include offering of services, as well as it will include creating new business opportunities based on our patented technology. So transformation means bringing into practice, okay, our R&D setup results, whatever they are there, we have to actually bring them into a physical and tangible form, either in the form of a product or a process or services that is called as. Third thing is marketability. The ultimate goal of commercialization is to create assets, okay, that have a market value. And this will involve selling the patented products or licensing the technology to some firm or to some business entity. And while we do this marketability or marketing of our product, okay, ultimately what we will be doing, we'll be generating profits or generating revenue from the patented inventions so that we can further support our research and development efforts to develop new inventions. So this particular development add-on value will always be there, and it seeks to realize the economic potential of intellectual property. So these are the key elements. Now, once we are aware of these key elements, the next question is, like, how do we practice? There is a long pathway that we have to follow. And this pathway reflects from time to time that there is really some link, okay, between the patents and the business. So in an R&D setup, we are having a granted patent. Whereas the transformation step is trying to get this patent connected to some business. So what is this link between a patent we have secured and the business that is going to come up within next few years or next few months? So this link will have different aspects. Okay. So let us study this link. So first thing about this link is protection of intellectual property. Okay, these patents are linked to business in number one. That is, the patents are legal mechanism which will provide the inventors as well as the business person who is acquiring them exclusive rights. Now, this protection of intellectual property, what it will have do, it will shield the use of unauthorized use. No one can practice our technology for their commercial gains without our permission. So the use has to be authorized and not unauthorized. That is point number one, that protection is giving us to stay keeping those people away from unauthorized use unless until they approach us. Okay. Second is encouragement of innovation. So we have seen there are revenues that are generated. These revenues can be again influxed into the R&D pipeline to betterment of R&D, to come up with something new every now and then. Okay, because we have to address some unmet medical need or unmet technological need. And for that, constant source of income is required. So this income will encourage further innovation and to solve some more problems. Third thing is competitive advantage. So as we have seen that we exclude others. So we exclude others means we are having a greater market share. So that is what the competitive edge we are having over our business partners. In this manner, we can use our patented products to differentiate our products from their products or services. We can attract customers because customers will know only about us because we are keeping away all other parties from practicing our invention for commercial aspects. So the consumers or end product users will know only about our company specifically, okay, more significantly. So that gives us a competitive advantage in the market. Fourth point is market entry and expansion. So patents facilitate market entry and expansion by providing businesses with legal rights to operate in specific domains. So if we have chosen a particular domain for our product, we get exclusivity, we keep others away from commercialization of this, by which we have already acquired a competitive advantage, so we can expand our business into the markets. Okay, so we can enter newer markets, we can diversify our product lines, as well as at the same time we can tap unexplored opportunities which we couldn't do in early stages. Now, when we have done all this, okay, we have protected our property, then some infusion, money infusion is there from market share. We have acquired competitive advantage or goodwill in the market. Okay, our markets are going to expand in a few years or after few years or in the coming months. By all these three, four factors, we would like to collaborate. The collaboration is the key to success, as it is said. So patents will often serve as a basis for collaboration as well as licensing agreements. So businesses can license their patents to other companies in exchange for royalties. And this generates additional revenue and expands the reach of patented technologies. So collaborations, how they will take place, we'll just have a look at it by looking at some examples. Then the next point is attraction of investments. So since our market presence is felt across many countries or across many sections of consumers, obviously the investors would like to connect with us because they are looking that our business is prospering. We are giving good products in the market. We are satisfying some unmet medical need or technological needs. So it is quite obvious that the investors would like to reach us and they will come up with their funding and say that we would like to partner with you. Okay, so that is the value that we have created over a period of time. Now, ultimately, when the investors are coming, okay, revenue generation is happening because we are generating some revenue out of it. That is, we are monetizing our patents through licensing, selling, and enforcement. So again, we can use this revenue for our R&D business. It is risk mitigation. So how risk is mitigated or minimized? Because we are excluding all others, we have acquired these legal rights. So no one can infringe upon our work, okay, because of the legal framework that is present. And this patent infringement by competitors can be avoided, as well as lawsuits also may not be there because already we have protected ourselves by way of legal enforcement. Now, industry standards and leadership. Participation in industry standards setting often involves patents. The businesses that contribute to standards by licensing their patents ensure that their technologies become integral to their industry. So this can establish them as industry leaders because we are known for our products and services. Thereby, we will gain a particular position in market. Now, as we think about expansion, okay, so expansion goes across border of our country. So patents offer protection not only within a specific country but also internationally. So this will facilitate international expansion of the business as well as trade by securing rights of businesses in foreign markets. So the expansion is one of the very great link between the patent and the business. Next is resource allocation. So patents can guide resource allocation also within the business. They help business prioritize as well as invest in more valuable technologies based on their potential for commercialization as well as profit. Next is knowledge sharing. That is very important. Knowledge sharing as well as collaboration through licensing as well as partnerships. Patents can facilitate knowledge sharing and collaboration among businesses. This can lead to cross-industry innovation as well as development of new groundbreaking technologies. So innovation means getting something new to meet the existing challenges. So here we have seen that we are aware that there is certainly a very useful link between a patent and a business. Acquiring exclusive rights for a certain product or process and then using this right through a procedure of law for getting a business as well as expanding that business in international market will certainly help us to advance our technology. So there is a diagram which I would like to show. Okay, how patents encourage innovation. Okay, let us have a look at it. Screen sharing is there. Screen sharing.
Just a
Yes,
second,
sir.
sir.
No.
Now you can share, sir.
Is it visible? I think. Is the diagram
Yes,
visible?
sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. It
Yes,
is
sir.
visible.
So it shows that how patents encourage innovation in technological development and deployment. Okay. So we have seen innovation is crucial for the development and deployment of technologies. Deployment enforcement. Now a widely employed deployed model. Okay, how it builds on the concept of the technology life cycle. Here the life cycle is there. The life cycle of technologies can be divided into number of steps, which is shown over here, from invention to R&D, to market development, commercial infusion, also diffusion. Just see this, figure 1. Patents facilitate advances through technology life cycle. So you can see there are two prominent things over here. One is patenting, a big arrow. Second big arrow is licensing. And there is a life cycle of this technology that we have built up. So technology push means whatever basic research and development work we are doing in our laboratory, correct? That laboratory work is there. Now we apply this. Apply means on a bigger scale we try to make it. We demonstrate it in the third step. Now till here it is patenting. So we have protected it by acquiring a patent in a particular geographical territory. Okay, now we would like to license this technology to some firm. Okay, this licensing part will come, which will take care of market development as well as commercial diffusion, means making larger batches of our product or processes, and ultimately market pull. Okay, market pull means we entered the market. So here it is shown that how patents can play a prominent role in the entire technology life cycle. Okay, right from initial R&D to market introduction through various.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Can you please start slide show, sir?
अच्छा slide show. Okay, okay. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Correct now.
Yeah. So this is what, okay, the diagram shows that how patents encourage innovation in technological development and deployment. So there are various stages which show that from basic research and development work, how we have scaled it up and how we have demonstrated. After this demonstration, we have filed for a patent, we have got it granted, and in due course of time, we are approaching commercial entities to license it out to them. So they are in the process of taking it, and maybe they have acquired license from us so that they can enter the markets as well as they can commercialize the invention. So our basic topic of today's discussion is commercialization of patenting. So here the diagram shows that how this life cycle of technology can be divided into number of steps, and ultimately from a basic research and development to market, what are the stages that we have followed. Okay, so patents, they are playing a prominent role over here. Now this patent protection, when it is to be sought, it is to be sought at the beginning of the R&D life cycle. Correct? So various departments will be there, including research units, the lawyers are there. Okay, all these people will play a specific role in the development of these innovations, as well as development of these processes for preparing patent, filing the patent, obtaining, maintaining, okay, as well as exploiting. Exploiting means monetization, we can say. Now, in return for exclusive rights, the inventor must sufficiently disclose the patented invention to the public. Okay, so that others can access the new knowledge and can further develop the technology. Now, they cannot just practice this for commercialization, okay, unless until they acquire a license from us. Keep this thing in mind. The patented process can be used in the laboratory for academic purpose, not for commercialization without permission. Now, the disclosure of the invention that is there, it is an essential consideration in any patent granting procedure. And in this way, the patent system is designed to balance the interest of inventors and the public. Okay. So this will encourage innovation. So I think the diagram is quite clear. Now let us move on. And how do I stop sharing?
Sir, there should be an option of stop sharing the bottom of the screen.
What now?
You can go back to the Zoom.
Zoom. Yeah.
And there will be an option of stop sharing.
It is still there?
Yes, sir.
I think that is all. Anyway, so we have seen this, but ultimately I will show you one more setup. Now, once we have seen this, commercialization is offering us some platform technologies, okay, through our R&D setup and making us possible for the earning of revenues. Okay, so certainly we are prioritizing some business development that is there with us. Do you see this slide?
Yes, sir.
It's the first one. It is clear. Patents encourage innovation. Can you see this?
So it is showing types of licenses. Yeah.
This one, no? How patents encourage innovation.
It is showing now commercializing platform technologies.
Okay. Okay, so we'll come to that point. See, basically, there are certain strategies. Okay, we have seen what is commercialization of patents. How do we try to commercialize? So there are various strategies that we have to adopt from time to time. So what are these? Number one is licensing. Okay, so through licensing we can make this thing happen. So licensing, what it is? Licensing patents involve granting other individuals or business entities the exclusive rights or non-exclusive rights to make, use, sell, or distribute our patented technology in exchange for royalties or licensing fees. So that is okay. We will be generating revenue, of course. So what this allows us, this allows the patent holder to leverage their intellectual property without having to develop or market, okay, or manufacture this product by themselves. Okay, this type of patent licensing is common in various industries. Okay, like from pharmaceuticals or even motor vehicles, like that. Even the research institutions, universities, they also frequently license their patented inventions. Now, there are certain advantages. Okay, as we know that it will generate some passive income from time to time. It has broadened the market reach. Thus, it creates a win-win situation for all of us. Now, only one challenge that we face here is that it requires careful negotiation. Okay, it may require monitoring. It may require protection of licensed technology to prevent infringement. So, it appears to be a very good proposition for revenue generation, but still the challenge lies in negotiation. So we have to make proper negotiations from time to time. Now there are several companies, okay, which focus primarily on creating licensing opportunities as well as they license out their product. Some examples, well-known examples are there. Qualcomm, you might heard. Qualcomm is company. It is known for semiconductor products. Okay, generates significant portion of revenue from licensing its patents in the field of 3G, 4G, 5G technologies. There is one more company called as ARM Holdings. Okay, this ARM Holding designs microprocessors, architecture. Okay, it will design and give this design to other manufacturers for through licensing arrangements. There is one more company called Interdigital. Okay, that is also known for mobile communications, video coding. Another company is Centrica. Okay, through its subsidiary, it focuses on energy technology. Okay, that is very important. Then there is Tessera Technology, which focuses on developing licensing for semiconductors. This another company is Villar. Okay, next company is Veneer. Okay, this Veneer is known for advanced driver assistance systems or autonomous driving technologies. One more company is MPGLA. This manages licensing for various multimedia compression technologies. See, now there are not number of companies. Okay, either they have come up on their own or they're part of a spin-off or a startup that is there. Another strategy could be selling of a patent. So selling means what? Transferring the entire ownership of a patent to another entity. It can also be called as assignment. Okay. Now this selling can be done for a entire lump sum amount. So this is beneficial when the patent holder wants to monetize this invention and exit the market. So ultimately, they don't want to keep on continuous monitoring aspect of it. So therefore, they acquire this kind of pathway. It is common among individual inventors, research organizations, even some business looking to divest non-core intellectual property. Non-core is like not much. Okay, they don't want to work in this area anymore. They have acquired it for some time and then they want to exit from that. So some major advantages are there. Immediate cash infusion is there. It will eliminate the need for ongoing maintenance, ongoing protection because these patents have to be maintained over a period of time. So at one go, a lump sum amount can be sought. Now, one more challenge over here is that the sale price may not reflect fully the long-term value. If the technology is very good in long-term perspective, so we may not gain that much amount. For immediate need, we may sacrifice a huge amount. So that is a limitation because the calculation of revenue may not be that accurate. It may based on our experience or market that was existing at that time. So one challenge is obviously there. Now we've seen licensing, then selling, that is assignment. Third is in-house product development. So this in-house product development strategy will involve patented technology to develop in-house products. Means in our R&D only, once we have developed it, we'll have our own plant or factory whereby we'll take these technologies and manufacture these goods on a very, very large scale. Now this type of in-house product development is also there in some of the businesses wherein they have the capability to bring the product to the market. So they want license. Okay, they want sell their product patent. They will do entire investment on themselves. They'll take a very big risk. Okay, why? Because they have the core competency in various areas. They may have good R&D setup. They have a marketing team. They have finance. That is, investors are already there with them. Okay, so there are a number of advantages of in-house product development. That is, it will include maximizing control. Okay, then it will increase the revenue potential so that we are having a lot potential to manufacture on our own. Okay, thus it has the ability to create value-added offerings. So it can also be a indicator of competitive differentiator. Now, again, everything has got a challenge. So similarly, this in-house product development aspect will have a challenge that it requires huge research and development investment. Okay, the time period will be more and you need market expertise. Okay, so success may not be having that much of guarantee. Always there is some pros and cons. Now, one more aspect is licensing, selling, in-house. Okay, the fourth one is collaborative ventures. So how do we go about this? What are these collaborative ventures? Collaborative ventures involve partnerships or joint ventures with other businesses, okay, or some other organizations to jointly develop, jointly market, jointly commercialize the patented technologies that is there with us. So it is applicable in various business sectors, okay, wherein we have to combine our resources, we have to combine our expertise, and jointly we have to work towards the market factors. Okay. Now there are two, three advantages of it. First is sharing of risk as well as cost. Okay, joint means what we have to share profit. So at the same time, we have to share the risk. We have to divide the cost also on various aspects. Second advantage is okay, enhances market research. Then to foster innovation. Often the results are more comprehensive manner. So market research means they will also approach, they are also known. Okay, or venture, the joint ventures partner. Okay, they may also have some market reputation. Now the challenges, okay, challenges in collaborative ventures is that the demands, how they fluctuate. Okay, we have to ascertain that fluctuation in demand. Then second is we have to negotiate properly with that partner. Okay, and there may be potential conflicts or IP ownership because IP is also jointly owned. Patent itself, okay, it is not owned by one entity. It will be co-owned rather than owned. Okay, and then there is a proper agreement, memorandum of understanding, or a technology transfer agreement being done. So this revenue sharing will have to be looked at. So obviously it will have advantage, but those limitations have to be overcome. So there are certain examples of collaborative ventures. For example, COVID-19 vaccine was developed by AstraZeneca and Oxford University, okay, through a joint venture. One more joint venture is between Yale Orion, okay, Hotel Sheila and Anchor Equity. Okay, their partner to launch Shuhai luxury cosmetics brand was there. So this Yale L'Oreal is always it is known brand. So this is one of the strategies that we can adopt. Next and last one, the fifth one is spin-off, okay, or startups. So creating spin-offs and startup involves establishing new independent business focused on commercialization of a specific patented technology. So what is the specific patented technology? We have acquired a patent for that. Okay, this is ideal for what? Cutting edge technologies. And when the parent company's core activities do not align with new invention. It will allow the technology to flourish in a dedicated environment. It can attract investors, talent, okay, and in the same manner it will foster innovation. Now, there are various challenges in spin-offs as well as startups. Okay, so this will require entrepreneurial skills. It will require funding again. Then you should have the ability to build a business from ground level. Okay, so here, what are the requirements? You have to select the appropriate strategy for commercialization, and this strategy will depend upon the nature of technology that we have developed, what the business goals that we have set up, the resources that are available with us, and the competitive advantage in the market. If we have to do a market survey. So what is this competitive landscape? Where are we in all this? Okay. Now it is often beneficial to consult legal experts as well as business advisors for this kind of setup, because either it will be licensing or it will be selling of the invention. Okay, it can be in-house. Then we have seen it can be collaborative venture as it can be a spin-off or startup. Okay, so at some point of time, we need to consult the legal team as well. Now, here I will demonstrate one example. Okay, it shows that how a creation of technology platform for biotechnology sector, that is immunology vaccine. Immunology vaccine is an area, okay, which is very important in cancer therapeutics. Okay, so how this technology creation as well as patenting, that is intellectual acquiring of intellectual property right, has helped to build up a startup company. Okay, there are two entrepreneur scientists, okay, ultimately who became entrepreneurs. One of them was immunology scientist, other was a biotechnology scientist, okay, biotechnology engineer. Okay, they founded two startups, Yes Target Therapeutics and OncoQR. Okay, so domain that is cancer therapeutics. So why they became successful? Because they had a robust patent portfolio and they had a good IP strategy. Okay, and then they followed various commercialization pathways. That is, they did investments in their own R&D. They did some collaborative development. They licensed out their technology. So the platform, okay, as I have told, creation of a technology platform for immunology. So what is that platform? That platform is known as STIR. STIR platform was developed by these two people. Okay, this STIR platform is suitable for cancer treatment, and it comprises of two modules, a generic warhead module and next is a disease-specific immunogen, which is connecting these connectors. Now, this STR platform technology was taken further. How it was taken further, we'll see. So, according to this startup, two startups, okay, we've seen S Target Therapeutics have developed, and other is OncoQR. So, OncoQR, okay, they told that it is expected to be safer. OncoQR made a statement that it is expected to be safer or more specific, and it is offering wide therapeutic window. Now, this was a biotech venture. Okay, it was called as F-Star Biotechnology in 2006. And continued research was happening over here, and this they filed patents. Okay, and the first patent for STR was filed in 2006. So ultimately, what they did is they worked on some aspect of this immunology vaccine, and then they protected this platform into patent portfolio. Portfolio means they filed number of patents, one, two, three, like that, and they build up a business model around this STIR technology. So what was their business model? Okay, we'll look at it. So the basis for this technology platform was the warhead and a connector. Okay, it was a genetic model of the technology, which was transformed into a complete product, that is immunology area. Now, this approach allowed the company to develop several products in parallel combinations in R&D. And ultimately, they had the advantage of diversifying their patent portfolio in some period of time. So let us have a look at it. I think this commercializing platform technology, it is visible, no, this slide? Prioritizing business development.
Sir, it's still on the same slide.
Yeah. So this just see, have a look at it.
Yeah.
Types of technologies, that is types of licenses it shows, correct? OncoQR. Okay, it is showing OncoQR and S Target. These are the two companies. So the types of licenses, they had target by target platform licensing, and they had product licensing, and they had research licensing, correct? So once we talk about licensing of patents, so these are the three types of licenses which these companies were provided. So licensing the three basic patents, protecting the platform on a worldwide exclusive basis. Then licensing of the complete product was done, and then licensing of the platform in combination with one or more specific targets. Okay, so this was what that was done by them. And ultimately, this is the diagram. Okay, it shows that how these two companies went on by doing their business. It shows that first it was F-Star Therapeutics, then S-Target Therapeutics came into existence, then licensing of patents 1 and 2, OncoQR, okay, came into existence, then licensing of patents 1, 2, and 3. So the TYGL oncology product was developed. And ultimately the Apollomics. Okay, Apollomics is the company. Apollomics is the biotechnology company focusing on discovery and development of oncology therapies. Okay, with the potential to be combined with other treatment options to harness the immune system. So it is a live example where it shows that how we can develop this technology, how we can commercialize our patents. So that was the idea to discuss on this platform today. So which are the technologies? Okay, any technology, for example, it should have the potential of being sent to the market. The marketability aspect is very important. Then we have seen that diagram where the basic research and development work was done. Okay, and how after two, three steps, the patent protection was acquired. And this patent protection, once we acquire, we get a granted patent, we start searching for investors, or people or companies who would like to license our product, manufacture our goods on a very, very large scale. Okay. And that ultimately is the commercialization of patenting. So this Apollomics is a company which shows us that they have acquired this technology from the entrepreneur scientists. One more example is there. This called that is from Aloxine Pharmaceuticals. Okay, the AstraZeneca was once upon, or now it is Alexion. It was AstraZeneca prior. So they had this Okanoma Medical Research Foundation. Okay, Alexion Pharmaceuticals and Okanoma Medical Foundation. They have a history of collaboration quite long in 2008. So here Alexion Pharmaceuticals, they acquired all rights from this OMR patents. Now the area in which they were developing was related to Soliris. The drug was known as Soliris. So drug developed for the medical foundation by OMR. So this particular example of Alexion Pharmaceuticals is also holding a very great value because ultimately they have shown that how patents acquired through buildup of technology in the lab scale can be commercialized and revenue earning is possible. So these are few examples, okay, where we have seen that how to acquire a patent right while working in our R&D, then how to search for a partner, okay, that is a investor who would invest a substantial amount for manufacturing this developed product in large quantities, in thousands of vials may be required for the vaccine. Okay, or if we're in the motor development sector, so some vehicle models have to develop at least 100 scale or 1000 scale like that. So the thing is that it shows that the investors are ready to infuse that money into your technology because it seems to have some promise. And that promise from where it has come. We have been granted exclusive right by the patent authority. So that granted patent which we have at certain point of time makes us a valuable player in the market. To say that we have acquired exclusive rights for our products. So kindly look at our technology, whether it is whether it is in your interest to invest in our technology. We may license you out this technology or we can go for assignment deed. At the same time, we are looking at some startup to be found out. Okay. So here, commercialization of patenting, how it transforms our idea that we have in our research and development setup to a certain tangible product which has a potential to enter market, make our presence felt, okay, as well as expand the market and have a fruitful journey for all of us. So that is about the commercialization of patents. So, any questions? No questions. So I think the concept is quite clear, no? Like how to acquire a patent for our technology that we have developed in the lab. Okay, at the same time, see to it that this technology can be commercialized either through licensing or assignment or selling or in-house product development or startup or a spin-off. Okay, so various strategies we could adopt and then make our presence felt in the market and then earn a handful of revenue that will support our research and development efforts. Okay, so that is what is the importance of patenting and commercialization of patenting. Okay, so yeah, madam, I think
Yes, sir. We don't have any queries
Mhm.
on the Google form also regarding IPR, so we can stop the session.
Okay, okay.
Thank you so much, sir. It
Yeah, thank
was really wonderful information. Thank you so
Thank
much.
yeah.
thank you so much, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Welcome.
Ma'am, I'm ending the session.
Okay, okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello.